But alas, it will have to wait for the moment. Maybe I'll pop my head into spider. I'm gonna, like, leave traps for myself at both ends, I bet. Okay, no, we're slightly luckier than that today. I've definitely had that problem before, though, where I have made the mistake of clogging up my only entrances into both S branches with very scary enemies. In fact, let's be cognizant to not accidentally do something similar here, because this is still scary, all of this. All deal pretty good damage. They're all exceptionally fast. They all have that dang old poison that hurts so bad. We are up to 5 cure potions, which is okay at least. Slightly better position to get ourselves out of a really bad, not only poison situation, but also any bad confusion situations. It's always the scariest part about those purple tarantellas. Their ability to confuse us, so. Wolf spider, get the heck out. There we go. Jeez Louise. Okay, slow is a little scary, but we're okay, we're okay. Keeping it settled in. Let's maybe switch to our vampiric blade. I'd like not to be lethally poisoned, that would be nice. Not quite. Hide in a corner, please. If something finds us right now, I'm so upset, by the way. The only scary part about letting the poison take its due course through our system there is it does bring us to a pretty sketchily low health total there for a moment. But hey, nobody did come up, so what are we complaining about? Let us pop down to the corner here. And, ooh, have no room for the nets, but we definitely want nets. That's a pretty huge bonus here. No, I definitely agree with you, Safed. A heart poison would definitely go a long way, you'd think. And in fact, I don't think, did I do a proper search? I did not. Just the trident. So we could abandon our shield and use that as a temporary source of our poison. Not sure how I feel about that, though. Even though it may seem almost necessary to have resistance to poison against so many poison enemies, our shield does do a decent amount of overall damage reduction, which is what I'm most scared of in this game. Just dying the more conventional way, even. Okay, Orb of Destruction is a wee bit scary. Ouch. Yeah, I think I do know what you mean by that. Some people feel like they're winning at life. I like to think that I'm winning at life, even with all the woes and troubles that have happened. Here we go. Pair of glowing gloves. Not too shabby. Pick up another nice pair of armor here. In fact, let's pick up the gloves here. Wolf spider's a little bit scary, of course. Jeez Louise. Quite scary. I'm gonna switch over real quick to the throwing nets here. That should get rid of any evasion as well as keep this buddy just a wee bit distracted. And whoops, let's roll through. Now that everything can be quivered, all of your abilities and stuff, it's funny how oft or how long it can take to get to the thing we're looking for here. Also, wasted a net there for no good reason. Let's change our strat just a wee bit. Jeez Louise. Out we go. Please, wolf spider, don't see us. Oh me, oh my. Fun start to the den here. Also, yeah, Halfling, very clever there, but quite dark as well. There we go. Okay, back to one piece here after getting out to heal up a bit, thankfully. There we go. We'll leave that line around for now, too. Okay, I want to just fight one of these wolf spiders at a time. Much better. There we go. Even that one I was hoping to be able to sneak up on, maybe get some stabs in, but all is well that ends well, as long as you can take care of it. Actually, I think what you were mentioning there, or what you were joking about, did make me realize that generally if you win at something, that's the end of it, right? But that's not exactly when we feel like we're winning at life. It's usually in the middle somewhere. Back up just a little bit here. Very scary, but I just wanted to be able to get some unavoidable damage in. Use one of those rare curing potions we have here to save ourselves from the lethal dose of poison running through our veins. Jeez Louise. There we go. Managed to heal back up with a bit of retreating there. Some friends of yours lost everything in the German floods. Yeah, very sorry to hear about that. I've been seeing a lot of news story about the flooding in Europe. Definitely absolutely ridiculous climate stuff going on in the world. But in general, wishing safety upon everybody who is either caught up in it still or has been. My section of the world got hit by pretty bad floods way back in, when would that have been? It would have been 2012 or 2013. It was right after high school for me, and I was actually at the time working at a Boston Pizza. And that day at work, all of a sudden, in the kitchen, everyone started whipping out their phones and sharing videos, because it was specifically a city, a smaller town that's outside of Calgary that got hit by horrible flooding. And so it's just video after video of houses being carried down the street, and cars, of course, being carried down the street. So it's ridiculous how much power water can have in a torrential flood like that. Absolutely awe-inspiring for sure. Just how it shows how powerful nature is. It's a great example of that kind of phenomenon specifically. Just how powerful nature itself can be, that is. Yeah, it's metal, yeah. No, there's absolutely crazy things that nature itself is capable of, for sure. The sheer destructive power, well, I guess every kind of power, right? Because it has like formative powers of creating life, it has destructive powers of ending it, like goes every which way, nature. You know what? I immediately changed my mind. I was going to keep going through Spider in-game here, but I decided I'm going to maybe duck out. We'll wait it out a little bit. I think I'd rather face through a few levels of the standard dungeon without seeing visible than keep the kind of high-pressure situation running throughout all of Spider there. Plus, we need seen visible for ghost moths anyway, so gonna wait out that one a wee bit. So I think it'll be back out to the regular dungeon. We'll start clearing, see how that goes for just a wee bit. Go D10, shall we? Perfect. Just carrying around way too much crap on my character, though. Every time I look at my inventory, it's like, oh, I don't want to have, like, the rapier and 2 daggers all at the same time. Seems unnecessary, but might be necessary. Also, hey, that's one way to find the invisible things. Just get yourself marked, and they'll come right to you. This is not an unseen horror, though, because it's not jumping around. What'd it do? What'd it be? Well, everything is sharing pain right now. We just linked all of our audience with their emotional bond. So, should mean I can fling a rock out this way, and it hurts all of you, including the rude invisible buddy. Oh no, it's a proximity thing. Dang it, never mind. Scratch that. There we go. That one, I think, did work, and hitting the little buddy did transfer pain over to the invisible one. But there we go, calling out all of our friends to meet us at the stairs. That's the one advantage of the mark, is now everything will be drawn there, and we can just switch out to another place is what I was gonna laud here, but apparently we're not gonna go very far. Here we go. See how she goes. Might mean later, guys. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see Maurice is there. Oh my lord. It shouldn't be too dangerous, though, at the very least. Invisibility, again, pain in the butt, but not horrible. Okay, so give me one good reason why we can't sling huge boulders, right? I mean, they're only like half the size of us. I'm sure it wouldn't be too much. Too much trouble, that is. But, what was I thinking about here? Gloves, that was it. I knew there was something that I looked in my inventory and got hung up on, and it was the fact that we should put on this pair of gloves we've been carrying around, especially if they're the matching set to our boots. Holy me oh my. Doesn't get much better than that in terms of the outfit here. Also just continually tab fighting through things, even if they're potentially scary. Like Maurice here can steal items from us, but apparently just not going to worry about it, and everything's going to go fine. Just hold down that tab key to auto fight your way through the masses. All's well that ends well. Bada boom, bada bing. Again, not complaining, game. Don't change a dang thing, please. Please. I need this win so bad. Let's see. And, okay, Nergal. Bit of a pain in the butt. We don't have very much resistance to negative energy, so fortunately, we won't enjoy the experience of getting hit by the bolt of draining. Let us switch out a willpower ring for our end. That's at least a little bit better. Then I might be overthinking this. Might be able to take Nergal out in a few hits here. Okay, a few more than I thought, but still, honestly, not too bad, all things considered. Hello, lentils and rice. How's it going? Nice to see a new face around here. At least I think so. Hopefully a new face and I haven't just forgotten somebody. But okay, finally a magical rapier too, so if it's a good brand, we can leave the one that we've been carrying around behind. Vampiric is a pretty fantastic brand, I gotta say. So let's change that over to our new swap 2 weapon, shall we? Good, how am I? How's the run? Quite well so far. Yeah, we've had some trouble the past couple weeks with Halfling, but we're getting pretty lucky so far here on Riffling, who, thanks to mostly an artifact sling early on, actually giving us some slay bonuses for once in our life, been doing pretty well. In making it through the early part of the game at the very least. No promises, of course. But yes, no, never been to the channel. Yes, very much so. Welcome here and happy to see you. Yes, now we can throw away all these random pointy things we've been carrying around. No kidding, I'm surprised that our bag is still in one piece, because honestly, there was a whole lot of daggers there. Okie dokie. I should have maybe thought about that. I was wondering in my head, didn't say anything out loud, which cardinal sin of this whole streaming thing. I should probably project my thoughts a little bit more. But I was wondering why the heck we had some hellhounds here. It makes sense that it would be our buddy Azrael, who is a pain in the butt for that damnation effect. Oof, how's our RF? Just 1 pip at the moment, I believe, here. We have a little bit of ability to go back. I think we left some rings of fire lying around. Would be nice to get rid of this buddy. But Azrael has been a bit of a close call each of the times we fought him in recent runs. So let's at least try and control the encounter a little bit more. We'll back up to the stairs. Maybe even steal a couple of his hellhounds? I think so. Yeah, you miss Halflings, Lentils. They're actually out of the game right now in the latest version. Yeah, I've definitely heard that they're out of it in Trunk. It's actually part of the reason why I stuck to 0.26 here instead of playing in Trunk for this attempt for the unofficial great player, as it were. Just because I really enjoyed Halflings throughout my experience playing the game. So wanted to get in a shot with them, make sure we included them in our victory list here. Even though I have heard that the new Djinn species is a whole lot of fun as well, and quite powerful on top of that. So who knows what we'll have to do once we get through all 27 in this version. We might have to play a Djinn run, just see how it goes. We never did get an on-screen Centaur run even, I guess, and those were only nixed out a couple versions ago. But okay, I'm just taking a quick peek here for these different potential gates, hoping for the gauntlet here. I guess in order to get there, we should go around to the right, shall we? Perfect. The gauntlet is a bit trickier than some of the other time portals to find, even with magic mapping, because it doesn't have like a bespoke surrounding like gateway setup. I guess most of the time it's just sitting in the middle of the floor, so it can be a bit trickier when we find floors like this where it happens to have what I'm guessing are shops sitting around as well. Have to see though. Very first ugly thing, not too bad. I was always scared about how those fights might go. Djinn are interesting, definitely unique. Well, that's good to hear even on its own. Like to have some uniqueness, some flavor to the runs. So yeah, their whole shebang, from how I understand it, is innate spells. So rather than picking up spell books and learning from a list of spells that you find, you're given spells kind of like demon spawn mutations. So you have to roll with what you get. So that definitely interested me a whole lot. Nothing there, so I guess we move on, hoping that one of these other gates is what we're looking for, and hopefully before it's too late. Oh gosh. The layout here sucks. Oh, there's no way through. How many species are we in so far? So we are just going down the list in order. So species number 6 with halflings here is our 6th one to go. Starting out simple in the left column, and then kind of working our way through. So we're actually almost through the simple species here. We'll have to see how the intermediate and expert go. Even though I was thinking about this earlier today, and how it's funny that it's not necessarily a straight difficulty of play in terms of those classifications. It is almost more so a, what am I thinking of? A like complexity of play, I guess, is what, yes, that's what I was going for. There we go. Brain's stumbling over its own thoughts here. But yeah, it was more about the complexity of play and the kind of features that the race have. But Here, I've decided to give up on that scene, how they, this is all dead ends as far as the eye can see. We're just going to use one charge of our digging wand. Don't mind wasting just a wee bit here. And we'll pop through the walls. It might even make our journey easier when we're on our way back out with the orb. Who's to tell? But I guess we might as well go in here. There's no harm to at least checking out the gauntlet. You can always leave right away. And we were this close to a win, safe it indeed. If only the almighty Hal, the greatest halfling to ever walk this earth, had been just the slightest bit luckier. If only his pilot had been the slightest bit smarter, we might have gone through slime there, but all's well, all's well. And yeah, Lentils, yeah, you're agreeing with the complexity thing? That's very cool. Because Vinestalker is actually probably one of the easier species in your mind, but they're an advanced, which makes sense. Yeah, just because if you're unfamiliar, the sheer thought of not being able to use heal wounds potions can be enough to throw you into a panic. But let's take a look at what's in store for us here. Wait, that's an acquirement scroll? Lots of mutation potions, which isn't great for me specifically. We don't exactly have much use for mutation potions. At least ideally, we're going to be avoiding most of them thanks to our innate 30% chance to do so. But it's hard to turn down. Magical hat, scroll of acquirement. First room, definitely doable, necromancer and wolves. Second room with some simulacrum, that is. I was going to call them simulacrum, which is not the right way to pronounce that, I think. But I think we can get through those pretty easily. And then the last room is just a bunch of mutators, which is all fine and dandy. We'll have the potions of mutation to get rid of anything that does happen to negatively impact us. And all of that is weighing off against what I believe is an artifact helm. Do a quick find search, make sure I'm not forgetting anything lying around. Ooh, that is an artifact hat. That does actually change my weighting on it a bit. Thought it was just a regular magic hat. Yeah, it's such a cool looking helmet, but who knows how good it is. Pearl Dragon Scale is also kind of tempting. It's weird. Normally these are more uneven in terms of difficulty and stuff like that, but these two are very similar in content and everything. But I think I might go top. As much as that might be an amazing helmet and Pearl Dragon armor, doesn't always show up and can be kind of fun to use. An acquirement scroll could be anything. It could be literally anything. And that's always better. You gotta roll the dice. The acquirement scroll could even be an artifact helmet. Don't you see? Safe it saying even an artifact hat, right? As I... Oh, with the delay, it probably seems like I stole your joke, but all good with that too, I guess. Great minds and all that is how I like to think of it. But maybe not so great mind on my side of things here, because I once again have found myself completely forgetting to empty my inventory before we go into the timed portal. That's like the most classic thing. It's the most important rule of engagement with these silly timed portals, and I forget it almost every time somehow. Like the Simpsons, the mystery box could be anything, even a boat, exactly. Oh, classic Simpsons, good stuff. I never watched TV growing up as a kid, so I only started watching Simpsons as an adult. And or not even as an adult, I guess. As a teen, I watched a little bit of Simpsons in one of my social studies classes. Because I think we were going over, like, US politics, so we watched the... I have no idea about titles or where they land in the seasons or anything like that, but we watched the, like, two-headed political candidate sketch that made fun of, or not made fun of, but was satirical of the two-party system of the states. Yeah, I don't think it quite went to the level of making fun of. It's more so just a bit of cheeky fun. But we watched a decent amount in that social studies class because my teacher really liked the mix of humor and learning. I think we also got to watch a couple of, not full Monty Python movies in that class, but we got to watch a couple of scenes. Specifically the eloquent peasant scene that's from, I think that's just Holy Grail, right? That they talk to the peasants about the geopolitical landscape of the empire. Good stuff. Fantastic scene. But we have too much crap. I'm gonna drop it a Wand of Enslavement. I don't think I'm gonna be using that too much. Leave that behind. And then here we go, into the fun stuff. All the mutators. Also can summon minor demons and stuff, so it will all be a pain in the butt, I am sure. But we pop in here. We want to kill the Wretched Star. Probably as quickly as possible. Watering tarts, hurling swords at people is no basis for a system of government. Exactly, yeah. I think I need to rewatch that scene. That's something that I would be happy to have memorized and be able to whip out at any given moment. There are a few speeches like that have a satisfying like rhythm and pacing to them too. That's definitely one of them. But okay, we got 1 successful mutation out of 3 there, I think. Not bad, not bad. No, just out of 2, so we failed half. Joy. But there we go. That's a much more smoother execution on the second Nekoksek here. And there we go. We'll at least check out this ring, see what she do. Can drop the Ring of Evasion. I don't think I'll actually ever do that. And we've done it. Ring of Poison Resistance. We chose correctly. This was the only right path to go through. That's exactly what we've been looking for this whole time. So, okay. I'll take that. Love to see it. Now we just have to beat the Minotaur, which is not going to be super easy. So the main issue here, I'm going to think this through a wee bit before we pop in. And we probably will want to haste. The main issue that we're dealing with the Minotaur is his ability and proclivity for throwing javelins. We have decent evasion, but if we get hit, those are going to hit real hard, I am sure. So haste will probably do it. Unfortunately, we don't have invisibility. That's what my mind was trying to. I knew there was some solution that I usually have for the Minotaur. It's usually invisibility is the way to go. Not an option here, unfortunately, but let's see what we can do with what we have, hey? At least the Minotaur isn't carrying like the obsidian axe this time around, because that's how it's felt the last few times we've gone in this fight. Just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I think we'll just see how this goes. Maybe open up with an acid charge. Get that reducement is what my brain was supplying, and I knew it sounded wrong. Reduction in AC on the Minotaur here. So far he's missed every javelin. Okay, so super lucky there. I'll definitely take it. Also, a fancy new sling on this buddy. Natriel. Freeze, resist electricity, lose a pip of RF, and +3. So I could drop Newt Slayer and use this as my resistance to electricity weapon, the sling. Interesting. Maybe I'll drop my dagger of freezing. Daggers are a little bit too weak at this stage in the game. We won't worry about carrying that around. And then I will actually just read the enchant weapon scroll and we'll put it on the rapier. I'm okay with that as well. Okay, let's see how much crap we're gonna have to not be able to carry out of here. Hopefully not too much. Did get some Wand of Digging charges, Scroll of Magic Mapping. Seeing what else was on the floor here that we might have just auto picked up without really thinking about it. Also, what the heck is this? This is very sus that you've been keeping dead versions of yourself all over the place. What the heck? It even says it looks easy. They're supposed to be easy? Absolutely wild. Guess they are slow, right? There we go. Should have done this in the first place. Take it a bit easier on our end. Oh me, oh my. Tougher than they look, those buddies. That's for sure. What else could I find behind these doors? Is it gonna be worse than that? Hey, no, okay, money. Not a lot of money even, but just some, a tiny sum of money. Hooray. Let's take this buddy on a bit of a wild jaunt, shall we? I'm even fine playing it a little bit riskier here. I maybe should have kept myself in green health so that I could keep doing the auto fight with tab instead of having to manually do stuff. There we go. This is just proccing me over the poison darts, which we do not need, so we'll leave that alone. And that should be everything. Gauntlet successfully traversed. No worries there. Maybe we'll use this hunting sling one day. Not today, I don't think. Let's check out our new hat. I'm crossing my fingers. I sure hope it matches our outfit. That's all I care about. A little bit, it's not horrible. A bit of yellow to the blue. Have a bit of a cloak hat combo to, you know, contrast, bounce off of our blue outfit. I'll take it, I'll take it. But, more importantly, what the heck do you do? Ouch. Negative telly. Don't know how I feel about that. Hat of Idealism. How long do you take to take off? 6 turns. Maybe 7, I guess, because it's probably that one as well as these two. So the reason why I ask myself this is taking out our ability to teleport takes out our biggest escape advantages, which are blink scrolls and teleport scrolls. This hat will probably get me killed, but it's also kind of sick. Our electricity is something we need. Regen is always nice for a bit of sustainability. And strength plus 6 does also shore up some of our fallouts. The fact that we put all of our points into dexterity, that will allow us to still get up to a decent amount of damage on top of that. Oh me, oh my. Maybe I'll put it on for a tiny bit. Hopefully not run into anything too scary. Oh, something invisible, that's fun. This is an unseen horror though. They're hopping around like I'm used to here. Let's see. Something, are you mostly here, I think? Mostly the buddies here, it seems like. There we go. Feel a bit more experienced. Got through in one piece. Well, we'll maybe, yeah, keep the hat on for now. Through these floors of the dungeon, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I got to remember, I cannot teleport right now. I'm incapable of teleporting. Do not rely on a blink scroll to get me out of trouble, is all I'm asking myself. Which, actually, now that I think about it, we're heading right towards Azrael. Might want to teleport to get away from Azrael, now that I think about it for a moment here. Here's maybe what we'll do. Take a moment before we head that way, because we actually have a couple things. We're carrying around a scroll of acquirement for no reason. And oh no, after all the big talk, an absolutely useless scroll of acquirement. If we weren't able to acquire resist poison ring very recently, then the staff would have been incredible as a way to potentially shore that up, even though, no, I guess it's two-handed for us. Never mind. Never mind, it just sucks. The whole thing. So I'm just gonna take gold here, unfortunately. I guess it's just the gold from Save It as well. Yeah, no, I think so. Unfortunately, Scroll of Summoning, Scroll of Intelligence, or Ring of Intelligence, totally useless. But we'll take it, I guess. I also was about to change into the Fire Dragon scales to potentially try and fight Azrael. But I forgot that we're wearing fire resistance. Okay, we'll see how magical it is. Turns out, not that magical, just cursed. Super sick game. Love it. But let's just get rid of that, shall we? Does give us 2 pips. This takes away RF. Okay, that is too bad. I was just looking at this, realizing, oh, we could use a freezing brand against Azrael and the goons over there, but not so much, not so much. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna switch out to my old hat. I don't need resist electricity or regen for this fight in particular. Let's do this, shall we? 88 health on this son of a gun. Okay. Fun stuff. Well, what do we have to maybe start off this fight? We could go in swinging with like a haste or something like that. Not a horrible idea. Man, those damnations are gonna hurt so bad. Kind of forgot. Oh man, I wish that we had some summoning invocables or silliness like that. Also just realized it's been forever since I thought of my skills. How are we doing? Skills? Doing okay back here? Invocations is almost up to that 16. I'm gonna turn shields on and try and train up to this kite shield so that I don't have to just keep carrying it around the rest of my life for no reason whatsoever. That might be nice. And damn, yeah, only 88 health isn't too bad. We could probably lay on the hurt pretty quickly. But I am scared about damnation. Oops, let's use our real sling bullets at the very least. Okay, we got very lucky with the first damnation roll. Not so lucky with the second damnation roll. The other option here is if we can deal enough damage all around, we can get all of our cool God-given abilities up and running here. I'm going to use a Wand of Acid to get through all of them at once. Lovely. Perfect. Now, stabby stab. Love to see it. Oh, take a deep breath of relief. No more damnation coming down on top of our heads. Azrael is always a satisfying unique to defeat because they're not the toughest kind of all-rounder, or in regards to all-around strength and ability, but they are super glass cannony, so that damnation can trip up a whole lot of runs. So it's just both how much damage it does and how much it resists all of the kind of conventional ways of avoiding said damage. But much better now. Willpower is still in such a sick place. Elroka is still a bit dangerous for her blaster spells, but there we go. Didn't get hit by too many of the strongest hits right off the bat at the very least. And, wait, why? Then don't fire at the yak, fire at the human. There we go. Also, forgot to switch out of my armor here. It's not a huge deal. I'm pretty sure they're pretty comparable in most ways, actually. Even since we have a pip of RC, we're not even missing out in that regard. But I'll switch back to my snail mail, pick up one more AC point. The bonuses, plus the whole outfit just bangs right now. So let's try and look good down here in the dungeon, shall we? Okie dokie. Still no see invisible, but we did find resist poison. Do I want to go back to Spider yet? Not feeling it, because I think I might still want see invisible for the ghost moths. We do at least have a slightly better chance of fighting off against Azul now that we have resist poison, so Shoals maybe kind of becoming an option again. Have to see how she goes here, though. I think I'm happy to keep going in the dungeon just for a little bit longer, see what we can find. And yeah, Lentils, I played the game on and off for I think about 12 years. So I did start way back in the day. I definitely have a lot of the fun nostalgic memories of starving to death while carrying around a cursed club and all that good stuff. But it has been kind of on and off, and I go through phases. So my last phase here started, I don't know, probably about like 6 to 8 months ago. And For whatever reason, this last time that I re-picked up the game, I just got it so much more. So many of the things that might have held me up in the past kind of just made sense. So I've definitely come upon feeling knowledgeable about the game relatively recently, and I'm still not all that knowledgeable, especially when compared to the group source mind of chat here, and getting to see just how many brilliant people there are in terms of the unique strategies, especially. Like, there's so many cool scenarios you can find yourself in this game that have unique problem-solving solutions. Almost little puzzle boxes in their own right. But thank you very much for saying that I sound knowledgeable about it. Definitely try my best to get through in one piece each and every time here. And I should at least have a basic level after just the sheer amount of time that I've put into it over the years, for sure. There we go. We found our entrance to vaults. Starting to see ourselves hit just a little bit of a wall here in terms of how far this artifact sling will take us. Just a little bit. We're still able to get through all these fights, but like there, ouch. I mean, I think I kind of hurt myself with damage reflection potentially. Was I not paying attention there? Maybe, maybe not. Regardless, we got hit pretty hard. I guess the easiest way to check is just to look you up here. 28 damage plus a glaive is pretty hefty now that I think about it. But we can take this as an opportunity to take a step back at least and switch over to the good old sling bullets here. Dang old Death Knight though, not quite going down. Don't have too many acid wand charges because I've been using those pretty prodigiously so far just to reduce everybody's armor class. Also, let's not attack now while the damage reflection is in order. There we go. Much better. Okay, good. We were so close that I felt like we should go in for a couple of hits. We weren't one hit away from death at the very least. Even though close to it, don't get me wrong. There we go. Heal up after that. And again, I guess that's just more to show that we may be hitting a bit of a point of difficulty, I guess, just in regards to how much damage output we can get on these tougher late game enemies. Could be solved with finding something like a Fust Ballast that has really high base damage. Or I guess even when we finally do get around to going through shoals, we should find ourselves with a decent amount of sling bullets, as long as we can find a few crowds of satyrs wandering about. See how it goes though. What's unfortunate, just slightly, is that normally my favorite part about shoals is that it's one of the few places that we can consistently find ourselves javelins. But unfortunately, as a halfling here, we can't exactly take advantage of that specific trait, so also don't know what I hit wrong there. Thought I just tabbed, but I did take a step downwards. Fascinating. Anyway, I guess we're starting something here. As long as we're not fighting everybody at once as they all surround us, I'm definitely happy to go through these buddies one at a time. Again, so nice to see a wizard in a run that for once has a decent amount of willpower, instead of that being the constant and consistent struggle the whole time not to get banished. Not too bad here. Please hit. There we go. Just keep crossing the fingers with these invisible enemies. Working out for us so far. Maybe I should just go into Spider. Ghost Marths be darned. There we go. Even against a Centaur captain, we're able to just hold our ground duel it out with a ranged weapon here. Not too bad. And there we go, even tab fighting our way through Hydras at this point. Not very often that I get to say that, but let's pop in here and investigate some of these items. Flame, strength +4, int +5. Probably not. Ichor crystal plate armor. Holy crap. Fancy stuff. I mean, we're not going to be casting spells, so should I try and wear armor this heavy? Guessing our evasion goes down to 0. Encumbrance rating of 23 and our strength is only 19. Our strength actually hits exactly 23 when we put on the armor though. So there is that. That's kind of funny. I do want to pick this up even if just to see how it do. Our AC increases by 19 up to 40. So we could completely change tactics here. Switch off from any kind of evasion build into something a bit more walking tankish, which I think I kind of want to do. We'll maybe see how it affects everything else here, but since we're not casting spells, it's usually not too much of a downside. We go from 18 evasion and 8 shield to down to 11 evasion. Still 8 shield though. Oh wow. It still matches the outfit too, and in fact even more so. We're getting a bit of an opalescent brilliance to our whole outfit now. So now that I put it on, I unfortunately cannot change because I've fallen in love with our character model, as it were. But I don't think that'll be a bad thing. At least see how it goes here. Switch out to our corrosion crap. Corrosion being the worst type of damage in this game in so many ways. I mean, obviously not when you compare it to things like Torment, if you're trying to go through a full 15 rune game or something like that, but in a 3 rune game, it's got to be up there for most annoying. And I don't just say that because our buddy Hal died to the slime pits. Not at all sour or remembering that. But here we go. Through most of D14, we've been really lucky with invisible enemies, because normally I think we could have found ourselves facing off a lot more like vampire summoners and stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of depths. Maybe I'm just about to get into the goodness there. But as is, definitely already just been lucky with the lack of invisible buddies. Hey, would you look at that, an invisible buddy on us. Oh, I guess the right direction and everything. Does seem like just an unseen horror, so we should be able to deal with it like this. Worked last time? Hey, worked this time. Perfect. Onwards we go. Make sure to identify this ring or amulet of the acrobat. I'll probably keep our current artifact one. The faith bonus has been absolutely huge for getting us up to that paralysis effect that Uskaya gives us. Don't think I can say no to that anytime soon. This time we'll switch to our good ammo earlier for the dragon instead of risking it a bit more. Melee eyes are a pain in the butt here, and there's an invisible enemy, or an enemy that has the potential to go invisible at least. Can't if you kill them fast enough though, so heck yeah, let's just keep it moving, shall we? Hard to tell how I'm doing since switching to the armor. It's hard to tell what is just the fact that we're on D14 versus what is the effect of the actual change in equipment here. But we'll read this scroll of holy word, can sit around for the time being. I don't know, I'm probably carrying around so much garbage right now, but just can't help it. Here's what we're gonna do. Let us head to Lair and to Lair 2. Take a bit of a break from our dungeon delving and maybe head back towards one of our 2S branches. Probably Azul, I guess. No promises yet. Well, who knows where our mind will be after we finish all the inventory rearranging stuff. But to start out, let's do just that. Can drop our enchant, weapon, and armor scrolls down for the time being. We can, I think, put the hat down. I don't think I'm willing to use the negative telly hat. It's a bit scary for me, just a wee bit scary. Armor, though, am I happy with where we're at? Might want to keep it around as some source of resistance to fire if we run into anything in that regard, so never mind to that. And then, that should probably be good, at least for the start here. We'll pretty quickly into Shoals be able to reconfigure a bit and see what we do and don't want to bring down. I guess shields is getting up there. That gives us a decent amount of shield score. Do we lose much? Lose 2 more points of evasion. Does look pretty nice. Need to stop getting sidetracked by how my character looks, otherwise I'm going to be wearing all of the crappiest armor by the end of the run here just to get some cool factor.